Hello? Oh, there we go. Hey, my mic's working now. I'm going to unpin. Cool. But yeah, I am not feeling too good today, and I can't go back to sleep, so I might as well um, stream. And I've been wanting to play this game. I played it a little bit, but not that much, but I've been wanting to play it, but I don't really want to play it like off stream. I don't know why. I think it's just a really comfy, cool game, and I guess I want the VOD. um, but yeah. Um, so I guess I'm gonna start a new game. Let me, since I'm gonna be a little quiet today, I'm gonna lower the volume of the game. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna start a new game. Hey, Fedor, what's up? But yeah, no model because I would have to turn on a lot of lights, and I don't want to turn on. And they made me feel icky. This will delete your progress. Yeah, that's fine. It's not like I got far. I was literally just figuring out the game. Bum, bum. Mm. Oh my gosh, my cat is upset. Da, da, da. What? Okay, so as you saw, the premise of this game is digging a hole. You bought this house for $10,000, which like this is actually a decent, like you can't go in to the house, but it looks like a decently nice house. Like for 10K, really? I just for the house, but you buy it for apparently buried treasure. There is this X. Most people do start digging on the X. And they like, ha ha ha. Oh, look, stone. Wow, the placement of that. But yeah, I'm gonna be silly. I'm gonna be a silly goober, and I don't know what the hidden achievements are. There's a lot of hidden achievements. Um, I'm gonna try and find them all. So I'm gonna try and dig every single corner. But yeah, you just dig around and then you find materials, which I'm kind of surprised I haven't found many. Guess they're upset I'm digging in the corner. Ah, there we go. Yeah, battery's getting low. That's not great. Inventory's full. So you come into here, and then you sell the things that you picked up, and then you come over here, and you recharge your battery, because if your battery goes out, you lose everything. Like, all your materials just goodbye. And then you can upgrade all of your stuff, your shovel, inventory, battery, buy a jetpack. There's dynamite to clear out more space. There's lamps for when you get a little bit down deep and sunlight don't reach no more. But yeah, just silly little game. Very mindless. Also, you cannot hold the click button. You have to click every single time. Um, which yeah, your finger's gonna get a workout. Meow. It's actually gonna be a little bit harder to tell where I haven't dug once the grass is gone, huh? Um, the battery. Let's search battery first. I can find another stone to upgrade the shovel. Hello, Livy. It's. I wasn't planning on killing you, so I would hope it's not your grave. But I can't. I'm not sure I could exactly stop you if you just jump in. You know. Good morning, lovely. How are you? Also, this is a pretty dang big grave. Mass grave. Oh, I'm sorry that you're working. Well, hey, at least you can pull up a stream. Heck yeah. Still, work sucks. I can lament that. I can commiserate on that. Also, I'm, like, very high, so if my words are fucky, just blame that. Oh, that means so much. Like, that means so much. Because, I mean, you have been here every single time. Like, immediately. Aw. I got turned around. Yeah, just digging a hole. Digging away. And yeah, it's definitely going to get a lot harder to figure out where I have and have not dug once I get deeper than the grass. This is going to take a while. But I am finding stone faster, which is nice. I don't even need to recharge yet. The larger dig radius is also nice. Yeah, so you start off with the tiniest little spot, and then as you can upgrade it. It does end up being quite a bit larger, but yeah. Okay. Then you end up having to pay more. Pretty much. Actually, you're not even a worker. So the premise of this game, you see this house listed for $10,000 for sale, and then the like catch is that there's buried treasure in the back. So you like buy it with the intent to dig up this treasure and hopefully like make it rich or something. I don't know why you would invest 10K. Yeah, I know, right? 10K for a house? I'll take it. I don't even care about the buried treasure. Like, it also, like, it looks fairly nice. Like, it's not... Like, when you look at this place, yeah, it's... Like, that's a decent grill. This is a nice little outdoor patio area. Like, it looks pretty nice. Right? Like, oh no, I'm gonna uncover some dude's, like, stash of serial killer bodies and stuff. Like, you know, for his, like, whatever, but... 10K? In a fairly nice neighborhood, like the birds are chirping, it's serene, right? Like there's upstairs, like a livable attic space. Like, please. Take this any day. But yeah, there's a lot of hidden achievements in this game, and I don't know what they are because I haven't bothered looking them up or watching anyone play farther than, like, as far as I've gotten, which is not very far. I have played this before a little bit. But, so I don't know what any of the achievements are. I don't really know much about this game. So I'm just gonna dig everything. Really? Well, a lot of people are playing it. I've seen pretty much every streamer that I watch other than Russ, which that's just because he hasn't played it yet. I have asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I saw people play it." Um, but I think he's like the only one I haven't seen play it. But yeah, it's just a silly little game about digging a hole. Some people speedrun it and dig like just straight down, and it's oh yeah, I did that. And it's not a very long game if you do that, but I'm gonna be a silly goober and take my time because this is a game that I want to play when I'm like not feeling too well, and I want to have a game where I take my time for that. Oh yeah, easily distracted. Sure, even though I don't need the jetpack yet. I mean, you can definitely dig straight down. You can dig in whatever patterns you want. No one's stopping you. It's your hole. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just having a rough health day, which, I mean, I guess to be expected. I had a stressful day yesterday, so the day after I usually don't feel very good. But thank you. I will feel better soon. I'm eating some crackers, drinking some water, and yeah, trying to take care of myself. Oh, yeah. My mouth is full. I'm sorry you have low spoons. Indeed. Sorry you have to work during it, though. Okay, I guess one downside about digging everything is that this is very difficult to walk on. It's so bumpy. Oh, that's good. I'm really glad. The one thing that I like, so many things became more accessible because of the pandemic. I I don't like that we went through it. It was awful. But the fact that work from home is now more common, I'm so thankful. It sucks that a lot of workplaces are like trying to get rid of that, but I'm very thankful that it's more commonplace. My spouse has a work from home job, and I very much appreciate having them home all the time. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm pretty sure the pandemic in the 1920s did a very similar thing. Pretty much any time a crisis happens, you know, innovation, accessibility, wars. Like freaking tampons, right? I don't even know if that one was like a myth or actually true, because I learned it from the internet, but you know. Oh, cool. Flint coal? Oh, no, my inventory was full and I destroyed it. Yeah. But hey, we keep fighting the good fight even when it's not in times of crisis. I mean, we kind of have to, but you know, whatever. There we go. Ooh, Spritzy in the chat. I wonder if I have it. Oops. What is that? That's not what I meant to hit. Okay, check. I do not have it. Patch. Ball. Whee! Oops. Let's see if I catch it. Hello, Akali. Good morning. Girl, you have an hour and a half until it is breakfast time. Do not come over here and try to tell me it is time for your food. you're beautiful, though. Okay, let me move that pillow. I can move the pillow. There you go. I'll be honest, sometimes I forget I have PCG in my chat. And then it pops up and I'm like, oh yeah. Batterino. Ooh. So you start with some Pokeballs. There should be a panel. If yeah, I caught it. If you're on desktop, there's like a panel. If you're on mobile, there's that like little bar, um, with like an image with a Pokeball, and you should be able to tap on that, and it'll open up the interface for it. And there's a little shop that you can buy Pokeballs in. Or you can even type in chat here, like Poke Shop, oops, Ultra Ball. And if you have enough money for it, it'll purchase, and if you don't, it'll say you don't have enough. Because you haven't spent any of it. You get money by just being in chat and chatting, and every 15 minutes or so. So yeah, you're gonna have a lot of money. Uh, Holy cow, yeah, that's a lot of money. Because I think it's like 500 for an Ultra Ball. Well, hey, you won't be you have any shortage of cash anytime soon. Yeah, sitting in chat will do that. But also like a lot of other people in Russ's community are like have PCG, like I know V does. So if you've been in any of our chats, you'll have been earning money in the game. It's a pretty great passive system. The devs are pretty cool. I follow both of them and I occasionally watch their streams. It's been a while since I tuned in though. Heck yeah. Now you can catch them all. Oh, that's fair. I mean, I don't ever expect anyone to use it. It's just there if people want to. If you can imagine, most of my streams used to be just me sitting here playing it. So it was mostly for me. Because I enjoy it. Yeah. And if people are like annoyed with it, it's only like 3 messages every 15 minutes. So Psyduck is a good Pokemon. Also a really good shiny. That light blue is really nice. My favorite Pokemon is Shinx, this and their evolutions. Oh, relatable. I don't get headaches too often anymore, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, upgraded my shovel size. Let's see how much bigger it is. That's decent. Yeah, that goes a lot faster. The Spheals are very cute. They are certified little guys. Round blorbs. Blorb. I'm definitely gonna need to upgrade my inventory. Honestly, so many Pokemon are so good. So many ghost type Pokemon though have like really messed up Pokedex entries. Like I like them a lot, but dang, for children's games, dang. Rosass is very pretty. Oops. Oh, there's a Frostlass. They're very cool. Oh, yeah. I think Abra's is also pretty messed up. Or, honestly, Phantumps is really messed up. I think Phantom literally says it's the spirit of a kid who got lost in the woods and died. I'm like, wow. Wow. Yeah. Abra is something like a kid with, like, the first Abra was like a kid with incredible psychic abilities who one day just transformed into a Pokemon, I think. Like, that's scary shit. Like, what? Excuse me? Yeah. The Pokemon is intense. I only have 27. I think I need 30. Yeah, I need 30. Mm-hmm. Pokemon lore is... yeah. All over the place. I mean, even Poltegeist, like, I don't know that I would be able to drink from a Poltegeist. Dude. Dude. The background of Pokemon's... it's very messed up. But it's a fun game. Oh, okay. Much bigger inventory. Alright, and it's not just like one person sitting in an office and thinking it up, right? Like, it has to go through a series of people. Imagine the conference meetings. Brainstorming Pokemon. I'll be honest, though, I probably would have been one of the crazy people to, like, think up some of the messed up stuff. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I loved horror stuff as a child. I was a pretty messed up kid with morbid curiosity and fascinations. I learned about a lot of really messed up stuff just for fun. I learned about the word defenestration when I was 14. It's been one of my favorite words since. Yeah. The early internet was a lawless place. If you saw something you shouldn't have, it was your own dang fault. Shouldn't have been on those parts of the internet. But also, you know, it was lawless. You could go anywhere. Oh my god, early Twitch. I did not interact that much, I'll be honest. I watched one person. I only watched Ray Narvaez Jr. And then I didn't watch Twitch for a while, and then VTubers became a thing, and I got interested in Twitch again. And then I started watching Rust because I was going through the Animal Crossing. Oh no. Thankfully, I didn't develop any parasocial relationships with anyone because the person that I watched, because Ray, you know, he worked at a company in internet, he worked at Rooster Teeth. He was an achievement hunter. So I already, like, watched him and had, like, of course I did, like, fan art and shit. And I did all that stuff and wrote fan fiction. But I, like, knew that he didn't know me, and there was so many people in chat. He never saw my chats. I never expected him to. So I just, like, was another one of the crowd. Yeah, it is a much better now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I bet. I bet it was almost as bad as Kick. Because, yeah, there was just no regulations, also, back then, we just didn't know. We were naive, people didn't warn us. It sucked. Ugh. Yeah, and shouldn't even have an account at that age, but nobody, everyone just checked the box and went, like, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, I was freaking too young to check the box on a lot of places, but I was still, like, a teenager, like, well into my teens whenever I did that, and it was for, like, an 18 plus. I don't think I was never young enough to lie on a 13 plus when those started popping up, because I was actually over the age of 13 at that point. I didn't get a Facebook until I was 13. But that was when everyone was, like, starting to get them, so it's not like I was behind. Yeah, same. Yeah, we're about the same age. I was a Tumblr kid, though. That's where my main degeneracy formed. Not old enough for, like, AOL and, that kind of stuff, but... Oh, I did not make my own HTML, but I edited a lot. I even made my own cursors. Like, I learned how to do pixel art, made my own cursors. And then put them into my code for my blog. I was not very good at it, but I could do it. Those were the days. I occasionally try to revive using Tumblr, and then I'm just like, it doesn't feel the same. The same people aren't on it. Yeah, I miss old Tumblr too. Just the interactions, the memes, the people, they aren't the same anymore. Makes me sad. I mean, just the internet in general feels a lot more mainstream, which it is. Everyone uses it now. But that was not the case when we were younger. Also, the fact that so many people nowadays are, like, upset about the thought of kids giving up their phones during class time, and I'm like, we would get our phones taken away if we took them out. Like, what do you mean? They should not... What? It just baffles me. Baffling. That, like, that's a controversy for a phone to get taken away if it's used in class. Like they're just expected to be able to use their phones and do whatever while a teacher is talking. That I don't understand that at all. Yeah, 96, same. Like that cusp, the zillennial cusp. But yeah, it's just wild to me that that's even a debate. Hmm. I mean, in the event of emergency, like it shouldn't be locked up somewhere, but like if you, they shouldn't have their phones out, you know? Like it's usually put on the teacher's desk. It's not like it's locked up. It's not like it's put away somewhere. You know, some of my friends who like recently graduated high school, they said that their phones were used for attendance. Like they would have to put it like on the back of the door of the classroom was like those, like that plastic sleeves thing with like each of them had their name on it, and they would put their phone in it and the teacher would use that to take attendance. And I'm like, okay, the problem is like what if somebody didn't bring their phone that day or whatever, but like, you know, I'm glad that, but at least, you know, they know where their phone is. But that's a bit of a mess for, you know, when they have to leave because everyone's at the same exact spot. That's a bit of a hazard. But yeah, like there would be one, maybe two phones on a teacher's desk at the end of a class if people were being egregious. Right, exactly. Just, you know, having a, oh, I haven't saved the game for 30 minutes. Oh, thank you. Where's, oh, it's right here. Saving is right here. Save the game. Thank you, game. Wow, I didn't know it would do that. That's nice. But yeah, just having a don't take your phones out policy. And then if you get caught, the teacher puts your phone on their desk in plain view of everyone, you know? Lol. Yeah, that's crazy. That's funny. Um, honestly, well, I also didn't have a smartphone in high school, but like even then it would get taken away because it was like if I was using it, you know, you shouldn't be using it. Um, but I would draw in class when I was done with stuff, or I had like an actual physical book. But I understand most people don't do that nowadays. But there's also a lot of like restrictions on what can and can't be used on phones via the actual like Wi-Fi and internet. Um, like we couldn't use like a lot of different websites. They just weren't available to us. Um, like most places were blocked by default. What the fuck? Lol, teaching back was like, that's funny. I'm glad that the teacher was like, lol, I don't care. Digging a hole. Wow, that's a lot of stone right there. Yeah, I'm glad that teacher understood, because that's, I got so many things taken away as a kid, like physical books and stuff, because I would read when I was done with my work, and my parents, and then I would start talking because I was done with my work. I was bored, and then I would get in more trouble, and then I would get sent to the principal's office, and then my parents would come in and be like, really, what else did you expect? taking away my child's book. Like, give them the dang book and they won't talk. They won't distract others. Oh my gosh, banned books are so nice. So that's what you were doing for class. Wow. Even though another teacher from the same school assigned it. Dude, that's just... knuckleheads. No, but you couldn't. No, I wouldn't have either. I would have chosen like an actual deep, serious book as well. Like something that actually has impact. I'm actually part of a banned book club right now. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's awesome. I would have, I don't know what I would have chosen, but I definitely read several banned books. Not, I don't think they were banned in my area ever. They could have been actually. But I've read quite a few banned books in my time, and right now I don't know that the book that we're reading right now is banned, but it's in the genre of a lot of books that are being banned. And then the next one that we're going to read is a banned book, The Bluest Eye. Heck yeah. I haven't read in a very long time, mostly because I don't have access to a library card right now, so that's been really rough. Otherwise I would probably be getting ebooks, so many ebooks. But I'm very much enjoying the book club. The book that we read, it's called We End Here. It's a zombie apocalypse book, but the series is called like the survival, like something about surviving. So like ultimately it's about hope and survival and stuff, even though it's about the apocalypse. And I read it in 2 days. It's like a 500-page book. No, it's like 300 pages. 500 altogether with that one and the other one, I think. But yeah, it's not... Actually, it might be 500. I read it in 2 days. Yeah, it was really, really good. I could not stop reading it. I could not put it down. But also, one of the reasons why I kept reading it is because I knew the triggers of some of my friends in the group, and from very early on, just based on, what I know as a reader and the patterns that I recognize, I was like, I think one of my friend's biggest triggers is going to come up, and I don't want them to experience that. I don't want them to be caught off guard by that. Like, I want to give them a heads up so they can skip those pages or, decide what they need to do. So I sped read, and it was like 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through the book, and it happened, and I was like, yep, so I'm texting them. But it was also like a really good book. I was so absorbed, but that's also a reason why I don't read that often, because whenever it's like good, I get really absorbed and I forget to take care of myself. Exactly, everyone's trauma is different. And there were some parts in the book that were a little bit difficult for me, but not that bad. Like, if it had been slightly more descriptive, I would have had to put the book down or skip a page for certain areas. But overall, I was okay. There were some things that if they had been slightly more descriptive, or just the author decided to go in a slightly different direction, I wouldn't have been. And I know that. Ooh, which series? I'm not on TikTok. I haven't been in several years, so I don't know what is making the rounds over there, other than the one that I read. Oh my gosh, yes, that is so important. So many series like that. Oh yeah, Lovely Bones is very... Woo. Yeah. I I remember watching that movie and I was like, "Oh, holy fuck." Yeah. I couldn't imagine reading the book. Um oh no. Uh. I'm glad I let oof. I mean, it's a good read for like, it's important, but I don't think I personally could read it. Honestly, when most things pass a certain description threshold, I can't handle it, no matter what the content is. Um, it's probably banned, at least somewhere. At the very least, in Idaho, it's banned because they have a sweeping book ban instead of a specified list. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Inspired by. I mean, I know that those things have actually happened in real life, which was one of the reasons why I can't. Oof, yeah, I know it's inspired by real stuff. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad I no longer live there. But yeah, a lot of public libraries actually, because they don't have the resources in order to remove all of the quote sensitive material, they've had to make their libraries 18 plus. Probably have some banned books. Um, you can usually look it up and find some lists from local schools and libraries and organizations like that. Maybe a local government website. Um, Most places have a banned book or two. There's some states that have decided to actually outlaw book banning. Um, so that's pretty cool. So those places probably won't. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. I actually haven't been to the library, to the place that we've moved. But I really enjoyed the libraries in Idaho, which is one of the reasons why I'm so angry about the book ban, because I spent a lot of time in libraries as a teenager. And they were really good libraries. I volunteered there quite a bit, even, because I appreciated it so much. Um, it's where I read most of my manga as a teen, actually. My library had a really nice manga section. New ore. Iron. And then there's also the oh crap. And then there's also the famous Boise Library with the exclamation point that made its rounds on Tumblr. It's so pretty too. They have the upstairs untouched. It has a bedroom in the back and it's still in peak condition. Oh my gosh. I love houses from that era so much. I would love to have like an old Victorian house. They're so nice. They look so nice, and they're like, all of the space is usable, functional. Like, there's not a single square inch that, like, ugh. Time to get a working clothes and put my hair up. Yes! It has a pretty hearth. Oh my gosh. Spook people. Do it. Do it. Be like, I am the ghost that haunts these halls. Dude, imagine doing that for a Halloween, though. Like, going to your local library dressed up as, like, someone from their that would be so fun. Ooh, give me your money. That's funny. More Peko. That's a good Pokemon. I don't think I have any Ultra Balls, so cool. Dude, I mistype all of that so frequently. You would not believe how often the game has yelled at me that that's not a command. That's not a command. I'm like, I just... Ah. It'll let you know if you've mistyped anything. I promise. Yeah. Oh, I forgot there's a sprint. Yeah, might as well recharge. That was like a bird's nest. I don't know why I didn't pause and say that out loud. Why I just destroyed it. I'm not a very good streamer. Yeah, caught my peckle. More like I don't have very good streamer instincts, not necessarily a bad streamer. Ugh, yeah, I feel that. Sometimes my brain and my mouth just don't want to, they don't want to work together sometimes. Well, hey, that's not as bad as the one time my high school biology teacher said orgasm instead of organism. So... I love her to death. She's the reason why I studied biology in college. But yeah, that was a funny one. That was a funny one. She wasn't even our sex ed teacher. She would have been great as a sex ed teacher, though. I would have preferred her instead of our health teacher. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're totally fine, Livy. I promise people have made worse flubs than you. Dude, they should have hired her for it. But also, she was a very busy woman. She was the only science teacher for, like, all of high school. So she had, like, a class she was teaching every period. She was so overworked. Right? That would have been such a fun class. She would have actually taught us instead of the celibacy-only curriculum we got, because, you know, Idaho. Yeah. Oop. She was great. I hope she's doing well. I ended up switching schools around the same time that she actually left that school as well, so I don't even know where she went. You won't get pregnant. Yeah, don't get pregnant or you will die. Yeah, pretty much. It was not effective. The way that I went into that class, having more knowledge than I was taught at all in that class, like, they pretty much just taught us about STDs. That was it. They were like, if you have sex, you'll catch these things and you'll die. I'm like, cool. This is not helpful. Like, what about the bananas and the condoms? Where's that? I don't think there was a single condom in that classroom. I think we talked about different kinds, but I I did a presentation in that class where I had to tell people about dental dams. Also, the fact that most people don't know about dental dams, I'm like, girl, you're queer. You should be using a dental dam. And if you don't have them available, you can make one out of a condom. It's not that hard. You just need a pair of scissors. I actually know how. I think I learned on Tumblr. I've never had to do it, but I know how it works. The whale toy and the volleyball explaining sperm. That's fun. I don't. That is wild. I actually skipped the initial, like, 5th grade sex ed because I moved states. And this, like, where I moved from taught that at the end of the year. Where I moved to taught that near the beginning of the year. So I just never ended up getting the talk. Not, yeah, Tumblr taught me how to make a dental dam. I was actually genuinely good for practical sex ed. Like, I learned a lot of genuinely good advice on how to stay safe. Um, from people that like weren't there to talk to anyone individually, just there to give PSAs. So it was pretty nice. Like if anybody tried to contact them directly, they were like, "Hey, use the ask function. Um, do not try to DM me. Do not, do not try to have a one-on-one conversation. I am here to try and be an educator." Um, and I really appreciated that. Yeah. So you had to go to the right places, and I'm very thankful that I found those right places, or that they found me, because I very could have easily been on the grooming side, which I actually ended up slightly being by one person, but I'm thankful that I ended up, trusting my gut, not doing anything ever. But I know not everyone is as lucky. But also, I never called that person out. Oh, and that's such a rough place because it's so isolated. Like, that's a lot more difficult. Ooh! Ooh, no, no, fuck that shit. That's a block. That's a block. Yeah, I mean, with my instance, I have a very weird emotional, like, because this person actually helped me save someone's life. So it's it's very weird. Like I can feel both at once. The disgust and the anger, but also the gratitude. Ugh. Good. I'm glad that, like, yeah, keep yourself safe, please. Your safety comes first. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that douchebag's gonna douche. Also, the person that I was talking to wasn't that different in age from me, but it was still, they were barely no longer a minor, but it was still, I was. And that's not okay. But they were still a teenager. So that's, I think, one of the ways that they justified it, because otherwise they were a person who was very, otherwise they were a very kind and helpful person in other aspects. So I'm very thankful that they weren't, like, horrible. They never, like, because some people that do that, they can end up being really gross and spiteful and vindictive. And they were never that. So I'm very thankful. Ugh, I'm so sorry. That's so gross. Like, for them, not for you. Like, you did not deserve that at all. Right? No, like, I have quite a few friends that are minors, and I'm protect them fiercely. Like, it's just, like, if any of them tell me that they are uncomfortable for any reason, I go to bat for them. I unfortunately sometimes go a little bit too hard sometimes. I'm a little bit too heavy-handed. I'm learning. But they come to me whenever they feel unsafe, and I'm like, I'm about to cry because I am so thankful. Glam Molly. Oh, they're glam children. That's so cute. They call me their uncle. And I'm just like, you know, I it would be a cold day in hell before I betray that trust. Like, kids deserve to have safe adults. like, that aren't, you know, directly related to them. It's very unfortunate how unsafe many children feel around adults in general. Um, and, like, the society and world that we live in that has led to that. Right. And I mean, like, we just have to prove to them that we are safe, you know? Like, you just have to, you know, by example. Lead by example. Not try to convince them by telling them. No, family isn't always going to be helpful. Sometimes, like, you know, a trusted adult is important. Whether they can have somebody official, like a therapist or a counselor or a teacher, or it's somebody that they can just, you know, anyone that they can talk to that can help them get resources or point them in the right direction, or if it's not that serious, for just be the shoulder to cry on, or, you know, just advice from somebody who's a bit older than them who may have that experience. Like, so many times I've just been like, hey, I don't know if my experience will help out that much, but I have been through something similar, and here's what I did. I don't, you know, it may not be terrible, like, completely applicable to your situation, and I apologize if that's the case, but it's what I've been through, and I hope it helps a little. Ugh, I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad that she has you. Like, every child deserves to have a safe space, to have a safe adult, to feel safe somewhere. It's not realistic that, you know, they're gonna feel safe all the time, but they deserve that, you know? Not everyone is going to be safe all the time. That's just life. That's just reality. Dangerous things happen. You know, shits happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exactly. Being neurodivergent and not having anyone around you being kind and sympathetic and patient is so difficult. Ugh, I'm so sorry. Well, hey, I don't know her, but let her know that she, like, you know, this internet stranger believes in her. She's doing awesome. She is loved and she is important. That's the that's that's one that I've been using a lot lately. Because I even have to remind myself that sometimes. You know? You are loved and you're important. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. That'll open up so much freedom. That's... Ooh. I know it's really scary, though. To me, I still have a lot of anxiety driving, but that is going to give her so much freedom. You know, be able to get away from the house more. Yeah. Oh, I relate. Thankfully, my spouse is usually more than willing to help drive me around, but, you know, sometimes they gotta work. You know, sometimes the timing would be best if I could go out alone while they work, and then I can't, and I'm like beating myself up. You deserve that. You deserve to have a partner who will pick up where you are struggling when you don't have the spoons, or there's a task that you have struggle with. Ugh, I'm so sorry that you experienced that. You definitely don't deserve that. Ooh, a whooper in chat. Mm-mm-mm. Whoopoo. I apparently have a whooper. This game is so This game is such a good yapping game. It's so relaxing and just silly. I wonder if I'll fully max out at what point I'll fully max out everything. Because I actually don't know when that happens. Lol. Yeah, with your infinite monies. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I mean, to be fair, if you also haven't played it that much, there's a decent chance that you don't have Wooper, so you might as well try to catch it. Right, cash out convert. I know, if only it worked like that. Can you still do that in WoW? You had 0. Yep. So might as well try and catch it. Woohoo! GG, you caught it. Yeah, can you still do that in WoW? Can you still convert gold into cash? I remember that was a really big thing back in the day. Charmander. When you put in whichever chat you first put exclamation point Pokestart in, it gave you a random starter. So it gave you a Charmander. Mine was a Torchic. Yeah, so way back whenever you first interacted with it. You got a little guy. God, I relate. I don't know if I have a Shinx in PCG, actually. I might. But there's actually a decent chance that I don't. I might not have my favorite Pokemon. There's actually quite a few, Pokemon fan games where all I do is catch and breed Shinx. That's it. I ignore 90% of the game. I'm just a Shinx breeder. Diggy diggy hole. Ooh. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the border all the way around looks like. Ew. Gosh. Let's see how big the Dynamite Blast is. Oh, I haven't saved. The wall looks fine. Yeah, because after a certain point, it's just like rock. I don't know that was worth $100. Sure. Oh, I think like later there's like rock that needs to be blown up. Not that this can't be blown up. The white rock cannot be blown up. It was very lackluster. Very sad Dynamite Blast. But I mean, I guess, you know, it's not like the crater IRL of a Dynamite Blast is terribly much larger when it's just one stick. Pretty sure they would have to like bundle up multiple and stuff. I mean, it could still kill a man, but like, you gotta be like standing on it. Ooh. Oink. Yeah. I guess I just save up for the next shovel upgrade. 300? It said, I believe. But yeah, what a crater. It also, I think, destroyed everything. Like, I think they were supposed to... Unless this is just like a weird layer where there's nothing. Sounds like weirdly like there's no ore. I think it destroyed all the ore. It is working overtime. I mean, it's a lot bigger than what I started with. Imagine doing this all with the starter shovel. Ooh. No, thank you. I wonder if that's a hidden achievement to get down to the bottom with just the starter shovel. That would be torture. But you have to click every single time. There's no... You can't hold it down. I suppose an auto clicker would be useful for this game, but I've never bothered. Starter shovel challenge. Dude, I bet there's a speed run for it. I bet. Streamers be doing weird shit. All the time. I will not be surprised if at some point I see on my YouTube feed like somebody who does challenges like that. Like I can imagine, why can I imagine Ludwig doing that? I don't know why. What other kind of streamer would do that? There's always someone. Oh, what the heck? What? What? Oh, money. Interesting. That was fun. I wonder how many more of those I'll find. Blah. I bulk it. I bulked it. I don't know why I keep going away. Ba ba ma ma. I don't know why that tune specifically is stuck in my head. Lol. Heck yeah. Dude, getting ahead of work is so nice. But rip paying bills. Bills suck. Why do we got them? Just let me live, dang it. Oh, that's awesome. Ugh. I would love to get a data entry job. Honestly, I should apply to one, even if they say that you need a bunch of experience and I have literally none because all of my previous jobs were manual labor. I should still fucking apply. Data entry would literally be a dream job. I just, I have so much difficulty getting through the application process. So much difficulty. That's such a nice, that's so nice. That's like literally perfect work from home spoony job. Don't usually have to talk to anyone. Just typing away. I see a pixel. Okay, got it. Yeah, my spouse doesn't do data entry, but does like QA, like IT stuff. And yeah, similarly, they pretty much just like if somebody has something for them to do, they do it, but otherwise they just kind of wait for something to do, for something to test. So sometimes there's some weeks where there's a lot of downtime, and then there's some weeks where there's like a bunch of projects going on, and like 4 different people are asking them to do something at once. Ugh, I'm so sorry you're underpaid. I mean, honestly, right now I have no job. So... any job. Sometimes do, but I know I need to protect myself better than that. Desperation is not good. It is rough out here. I applied for disability in December, but I'm probably gonna be denied. Which I'm gonna have to apply again. Um, it's very common, but it sucks. I think 60 to 80% of people are denied on their first application. I think it's 60% of people are denied on their first application. And then, like, 80% of the people who apply for a second time get accepted or something like that. It's abysmal. Yeah, most people get denied the first time. It's kind of like a rite of passage. Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. I do sometimes have a dilemma where I'm like, my spouse is wonderful, but, sometimes my mental health also ain't great, and sometimes my brain's like, they didn't, like, yeah, technically in sickness and in health, but I wasn't sick when we got married. It wasn't this bad, you know. But they're a wonderful caretaker. They're wonderful um, at helping take care of me because I need the help. But yeah, I'm very thankful that I already have them and that we've been able to make it on our own for a while now on just their income. But yeah, I feel so much for the people who literally can't get married because they'll lose their benefits. Yeah, I'm very, very thankful for my spouse. Very thankful. Of course, we butt heads every once in a while, every couple's going to, but we always resolve it. Ugh, I'm so sorry. You did not deserve that at all. Yeah, I've had symptoms and like signs pretty much my whole life, but it wasn't like disabling until yeah, sounds like a dweeb. It wasn't disabling until the last several years. Like, I tried working after COVID a little bit. I worked with my in-laws and, doing hotel breakfast, and there were more often than not, I would be lightheaded and almost pass out during a shift. Like, I would get pre-syncope so bad. Um, One time, actually, I ended up having to go to the ER after my shift because my heart rate was over 140 for like half an hour. And my therapist was like, "Hey, you should probably go to the hospital." And I was like, "Okay." And then I called the nurse line, and they were like, "Yeah, you should go to the hospital." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to the hospital, and then by the time the doctor actually saw me, my heart rate was down because they had me lying down and like, you know, saline and other shit. And it's like my body was feeling better, and they were like, took an EKG, but they're like, "We can't find anything. You're a mystery." And then thus began the 2-year battle of getting a diagnosis. Oh my God, 210. Yeah, I don't know how you're alive. Holy crap. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, uh, yesterday mine spiked to what, 150? Uh, mm, mm, mm. There we go. The hospitals were, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm very thankful that it wasn't the height of COVID for me. I didn't have to wait in a waiting room for that long that time. The one time I did have to wait in a waiting room for, what, it was probably for like half an hour at most. I mean, I also live in an area that's not the most densely populated, and there's a decent amount of hospitals per capita. Um, but that, yeah, I was pretty much always seen, like, taken into the back immediately because just of the timing, and I'm very thankful that I never, ugh, I couldn't imagine. Gets to about 1:30. Yeah, mine got to to the 150s while sitting down because of a stressful stimuli. That was fun. Um, but my resting heart rate is actually decent. It's not that bad. But if I stand up, mine will get to like 120s, 130s, 140s, and if it doesn't go down when I sit down, that's when I start like going like ugh. Yeah. Yeah, my actual resting heart rate is fine. I just can't stand up. Oh my, I swear by my shower chair. I mean, it doesn't completely save me. Like, I still like having to wash my hair. Oh, I literally have to keep my hair extremely short, like as an accessibility thing, because if my hair is long, oh, I'm yeah, so thankful you have a seats in your shower. Yeah, I bought one. We actually used my spouse has a great HSA with it through their work. So we used that, bought one through the HSA store, and I love my shower chair, but oh my gosh, I cannot have long hair. If my hair is past my chin, and my hands have to be above my head for that, above my heart for that long, I start getting pre-syncope. It sucks. um, but having the chair is really nice because I can sit down while doing that, and I don't have to worry about falling over if I do start feeling lightheaded. Oh my God. No, actually, the entire state of Idaho does not do, there's not a single tilt table test in the entirety of Idaho. So we did, I'm very thankful, actually, because I have heard horror stories. Instead, we did a orthostatics test made specifically for POTS. And the nurse that did it, she was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before." And you lay down for 10 minutes, and they take your heart rate and blood pressure the entire time, and then you stand up for 10 minutes. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that specifically is terrifying. I could not imagine. Going under 50 is literally like, I'm glad you were already in a medical facility because that's the perfect place for you to be in that event. But that's literally, yeah. Um, but like, yeah, so my experience like doing tests to get diagnosed is actually not that bad. I'm very thankful. I mean, I had to do a Holter monitor for 2 weeks, which I'm thankful my insurance covered mostly because um, that was, that could have been potentially pretty expensive. Um, but yeah, I just did an orthostatics test and where I laid down for 10 minutes and then I stood for 10 minutes and she, wrote down my blood pressure and heart rate at specified intervals. Like, it was a little chart that she had to fill out. Like, it was like one of the little labs that we would have had to have done in high school. um and yeah, she was like, wow, uh yeah, your heart rate went up by over 30 beats per minute and your blood pressure did not change. That is weird. And I was like, ha, yeah. Disability might like the tilt more, but also I did a 2 week, so I think the thing that'll help most is the fact that I did a 2 week long Holter monitor, which is a heart monitor. Um and that was to like do the rule out other stuff. Like I'm very thankful that my doctor like is very thorough with this kind of stuff. Um I don't know if you did. Yeah. Just the fact that it wasn't even an option. Like I asked my doctor about it and she said that that's just not straight up not a thing in the entirety of Idaho. Like not a single hospital or doctor's office has the means to do that. Um so she covered her bases as well as she can, but of course my insurance is in Idaho and now I do not live in Idaho, so where I applied for disability is not. Oh, what? Hello. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Woodsmith. Welcome in. I forgot that that was my alert notification. I was so confused. I thought that was in game. Um, but yeah, that just, so I don't know. Now that I live somewhere that might complicate things. Because I live somewhere that they have tilt table tests, but I can't get it done here because my insurance won't cover it. Hello, Woodsmith. What have you been up to? What brings you here? To this, hole I'm digging in this backyard. Wow! I mean, to be fair, with the results that you got from your tilt table test and your symptoms, if I were your doctor, I'd probably want to be a little bit more thorough too. And make sure you're okay. Yeah, the 210 and the 35, those are pretty extremes, both of those. Yeah, I'm glad you're still with us because holy crap, the stress on your heart. Yeah. Do I get an award, right? Do I get a plaque? Where's my... Do I get my name on, like, you know, some scientific study or something? uh, I'm so sorry you experienced that. That's so scary. I'm glad you're past it. Because, I could not imagine you having to go through that again. Right? No, there's so many times where I actually have looked into so many different studies, but they only want COVID onset. Oh, I'm so sorry you were sick. I'm glad that you're getting over it and starting to feel better, though. I hope that this, hope that this stream provides a comfy space for you to relax and feel better. Remember to hydrate, eat some crackers, something that's easy on the tum. That's important. Nice comfy blanket. We're just yapping about also being sick, but chronically sick. Heck yeah. Gotta comfy it up. But yeah, I've only actually passed out from POTS once, and I was quite a bit younger. I'm very thankful that I'm not one of the individuals who ends up having syncope, at least frequently. I get a lot of pre-syncope, though, if I... Yeah. We always about the yapping. What's a stream without the yap, honestly? Especially since I can't have my model today. I tried turning on my light earlier, and it made me feel worse, so I was like, okay, no model today. This is a weird spot to dig. This is an interesting space. Oh, I actually made my own model. My little cat that I have. It's not very detailed. But I made both me and my spouse very simple models and I rigged them myself. Oh, yeah. Nope, you are yes, you are chronically ill. Welcome to the club's fellow Spoonie. Those are definitely illnesses that affect one's ability to live life in the way that you would like. Oh yeah, definitely. I actually might be able to send you a clip or something later. But yeah, they're little cats, very simple shapes and chibi. They don't have many expressions. It's actually not any expressions. It's just opening mouth and opening and closing eyes and tilting the head and stuff. But I'm pretty proud of them. I made them a couple years back. Mine's a little galaxy cat, and my spouse's is a little ninja cat, because their username is NinjaMan41. Yeah, it is a VTuber model. Very simple, though, so it's not like any of those nice, complex anime girls. Oh. Get me out! Get me out! Yeah! I honestly would like to get more practice in making them, because I had a lot of fun doing it, but oh my gosh, it takes so long. And I would have to rewatch all of the tutorials that I watched back then in order to relearn it. I've just been putting it off. Ooh, heck yeah. There's also, somebody just dropped a highly customizable pre-made. I think their name is Suika. And it's really nice. It's really high quality and has a lot of options. If you don't have the money for like a full original one, but have the money to splurge on, you know, still something nice. Yeah, it looks so cool. I'm so glad that that's a resource available. True. Honestly, I originally tried to make an anime girl and it was very complicated. So I was like, cat. Cat's a lot simpler. Also, my spouse request was using the default cat in Live 2D, not in Live 2D, in VTube Studio. And so I was like, and they requested a cat. So I just used the same base for mine. Milk tea does? Or Miruku tea? Okay. You didn't like it too much. Interesting. Yeah, I saw a YouTube video where somebody had bought Suika's model and like was showing it off and all of the options so that people could decide whether they wanted to buy it for themselves. And that was really cool. They also mentioned, somebody mentioned in the comments that they wish that there were more POC hairstyles, and the creator of the video actually said that Suika was planning on commissioning someone to do that because she felt like she didn't have enough knowledge or skill in order to do it herself, so she was going to actually commission a POC modeler and rigger to do it. And I was like, that's so cool. The hair clips, but it didn't work. Oh, that's so rude. I'm sorry it didn't work for you. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people having fun with Suika's model. I haven't looked into it that much myself, other than just that YouTube video. It seems really cool. Yeah, whatever you want to do, however you want to have fun. There's also a lot of default models in VTube Studio itself that are pretty fun. Some free models out there online too. Orbis. Like, I have a handful of random free models that I found online. Yes, PNG tuber. Heck yeah. European YouTuber Livy actually is really adorable. I had my own model at one point, but I don't know where the file is anymore. No! Yeah, I had to, put mine in my Google Drive as well as emailed it to myself so I wouldn't ever lose it. Dude, PNG tubers are so cute. And yeah, your design is very cute, so I definitely understand why you would want to commission someone to turn her into an actual model, like a 2D model. I've made a couple PNG tubers, but I don't know if I ever used them. Yeah, with your brows. Dude, the bear, honestly, bear themes are so cute. I'm kind of jealous that I didn't go with the bear. Like, I love the otter and marine otter, but man, I can't draw otters. Bears are so cute. Someone, yes, good. You could have that. Like, I mean, a lot of artists do will usually include like mascot, like chat mascot, you know, VTuber mascot. So you could probably have them like, yeah, included that way. I don't think that would be that difficult at all to request. Like, pretty much everyone that I think of recently, they have, like, their mascot as part of their model, their most recent models. Final Dev's mascot, make them a chibi. Ooh, that's so cute! Wanted to do the whole PNG tuber, but it stressed me too much. Yeah. Is it the, yeah, the atypical Big Bahuba. I'll be honest, I totally wanted to make one with big bahongas just to have one with big bahongas, because why not? Why not? I mean, I don't have them myself, and I honestly, jiggle physics are fun to look at. I'm just to be completely honest. I don't want them myself because it would hurt my back. I don't want them in real life. But if I can have a model, hell yeah. Exactly, we can dream. I already got too many back issues. I don't need Tiggle Biddlies to add to them. Oh, you can make it an add-on? Yeah! That's very true. Have a toggle. Mm-hmm. Dude, toggles are one of my favorite part of VTubers. I actually need to figure out how to make them, because that's one of the few things when I was rigging my model that I was like, dude, I would love to learn how to do this, but I need to go find some deep tutorials that are, like, really complex, and I'm not there yet. Like, I just wanted a simple tutorial, and they were like, so after you do this thing that I've never heard of, and I'm like, great, so I have to go find a tutorial for that. Oops, no boobs, they're gone. Dude, I wish I could do that. I'm only like a B, so it's not like, you know, I can make them disappear, but I wish I could make them actually disappear sometimes. You know, have the option. Tutorial for the tutorial. Yeah, exactly. Which there are some really good tutorials out there for like beginner stuff, but if you want to get into intermediate or more complex, it is so hard to find anything standardized. Everyone is so all over the place with the, like, because, you know, every rigger is different. Every artist is different. There's no one way to go about it. That makes it so much harder to figure it out. Meow. You have 10 minutes until it's food time. I'm pretty sure Daddy wanted to feed you as well. If Daddy doesn't wake up, though, I will feed you. Which I think, the VTuber that I watch the tutorials for, is Carrot? I don't know that they can use the last name Kuromi anymore, because I think they were part of an org that they're no longer part of. But, like, Carrot with a K. their tutorial, like they did it, they taught people live, like during stream how to make, like how to rig a model, and like, you know, provided a file and a model for them to practice on. And because it was live, everyone was asking questions, um, and asking exactly what I would have asked, because I was like, oh, I don't understand. And then they were able to answer and, you know, be more detailed about that. It was so incredibly helpful. Because so many riggers, they just make a YouTube video, you know, it's not a live stream, so they can't actively ask, you know, answer questions. They're gonna miss stuff that somebody may not, you know, they may not understand why you did something. Um, because that's, you know, they've never done it before, and you forget once you're an expert, like what the beginning steps were like. So having the, you know, having the beginners ask questions is really important. Ugh, now my brain is getting sad over lack of community classes in places. Like Joanne's closing, and how they got rid of their classes a while ago, and how that used to be such an awesome resource. Oops, I got hurt. Yeah, I know. Ugh. Dude, Nap, one of Russ's tier 3 subs, Precious Nap works out Joanne's. And I feel so bad for them. Like, oh my gosh. You know, I sent a message to, you know, I told them that I'm so sorry for the bullshit they're experiencing. They don't deserve that. Like, ugh. I, ugh. Go buy everything. Right? Right, go buy everything from their store. They said that, I mean, like, you know, they were one of the initial 60 something that were closing in California, and I'm like, ugh, well, now it doesn't even matter. They're all closing. Joann's is a fabric and craft store in the United States that was pretty much the one-stop shop for fabric. If you needed something, yeah, like for craft stores. They added decor kind of recently, and that's one of the reasons why it really started not doing well. But on top of that, apparently the Woobles bled them dry. Um, but yeah, like, there was a great place to go because, you know, the people who worked there were knowledgeable about the crafts. They were very passionate about sewing, about crochet, about knitting, about quilting, you know, all of the different stuff. And there was somebody that you could ask. They would have classes that you know, that they would host, that they would teach you how to make something, and you would go home with a finished product. Um, lol. I mean, the only problem I have with their decor is that it was like more or less the same that you could buy from any other home goods store. Um, it wasn't necessarily bad. It just wasn't particularly unique. At least recently it wasn't. It might have been more unique back in the day, but in the past couple years it just looked like every other. Yeah, recently it's been really bad. Like whatever drop ship from China. But yeah, they used to have classes. You know, you could learn how to sew, learn how to do something, make something, go home with the finished product. Have somebody there to teach it to you, to answer questions. If you wanted to do something you're on your own, you had a project, there were people that could help you out, figure out what you needed, what might be best. Yeah, crochet is awesome. That's one of my current main hobbies. Um, and yeah, they sell a lot of yarn. I've actually bought quite a bit of, I've actually never bought yarn. I am my grandma's a bit of a hoarder and has a lot of yarn. So I just go to her house and get yarn whenever I need it. I have a lot of yarn. But I get all like my hooks and other stuff like that from Joann's. Um, and yeah, it's just a good resource, and it's going away. They're all closing. They went filed for bankruptcy quite a few times in a row, and now they're gone. They've got like what, a couple weeks before they're all closed, I think. They're starting liquidation sales. I actually need to get into my local Joann's and buy a couple things because it's going to be really hard to start finding quilting fabric when they're gone. Blacksmithing! That's awesome! That's an intense one. I definitely don't have the resources to get into that. My college did courses on like metallurgy and stuff like that, and I debated on it, but I never did. But yeah, it really sucks that Joann's is closing. They don't deserve it. The people who work there, they don't deserve it. So many of them, that's literally been the only job they've had their entire lives. Like, they're not young people. They're having to find, you know, a job in this economy. And that's really unfortunate because every single Joann's I've been to, the staff has always been so kind and helpful. And horribly overworked. Oh my god. But yeah, I have so many fond memories of going to Joann's with my grandma, picking up fabric. I've bought so many cosplay supplies there. I don't know why I keep going over to that. Oh, they always complimented your outfit. I bet your outfits all were stunning. Oops, I keep forgetting I need to... This pit is a little too deep. I can't just jump in anymore. Oh no, my mom added another phone. Oh no. She said she went through everything on her phone. Old school blacksmithing is a dying art in your country, as well as a lot of other old school crafts. Yeah, no, oh, I'm so glad that you're keeping it alive. Like, that's so important. Like, really so important. When I was in high school, I was very lucky to be able to travel, you know, to other countries, and ended up in Spain. Went to Toledo and went to a blacksmith, like, you know, an actual little blacksmith, keeping the tradition alive. Ended up buying a sword from them. It was really cool. But yeah, the reaction I had to my mom sending photos is a week and a half ago. I honestly am very bad at keeping track of time. We had to put down our last childhood pet, and I made a photo album, starting to putting together all of the photos that I had of her, and I sent it to my family so that they could add, like, a digital photo album, like a Google album. And my mom just added more photos. I wasn't expecting her to add more photos. I thought she finished adding all the photos last week. It's really fun, early retirement, so got nothing better to do. Plus you can pick... Heck yeah! That, honestly, picking up a hobby, a tradition like that, in, like, to take into retirement is so valuable. Heck yeah. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you get to do that. That sounds wonderful. One second. Babe, are you gonna feed the cats? I'm gonna take that as a no. So 1 second. BRB. Ooh, Ponyta in the chat if y'all want to catch it. Oops. I guess I should probably set up a bot to like hit exclamation point SOG and actually give the link. Yeah. Karma, welcome in. That was your first time chatting, by the way. I have Nightbot. I'm just lazy. I just haven't learned how to do it. Like, I have a couple commands set up. I don't even know if it's actually active right now. I don't know how to check that. But I just have a couple commands set up. I just don't know how to make reactive ones that, like, interact with programs and stuff yet. Oh yeah, there's likely a YouTube video or, like, somebody's written it up on a guide. I'm weird. I prefer reading it instead of I can't stand watching YouTube tutorials usually for things. I would much rather read it. But if it's something like, obviously, if I'm gonna rig a VTuber, I kind of have to watch a tutorial. I can't. Well, oh, you tried? 1 second. Let me... Oh, you're gonna probably not like... 1 second. How do I do this? I don't... Oh, hey. There you go, Karma. I did. I did indeed. There you go. You can post it now. Listen, you're one of the few that I actually, like, trust to not send the most cursed shit. That's probably not wise, but, you know... You don't have to do anything. I don't expect anything from you. You don't gotta ban no one, you don't gotta do shit. Mostly just so you can be a gremlin and give people links. Oh, this is a perfect game for when I want to shut my brain off and yap and I'm not feeling good. And that is what today is. So I am very much enjoying it. I'm also being ridiculous, and instead of just digging straight down, I am digging the entire hole. So that's me. Yeah, it's okay. I had a stressful day yesterday, so today, you know, makes sense. I'm a little flare-uppy. So I'm taking it easy. And I was not feeling good this morning and realized it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, well, I'm not going back to bed, so I might as well stream. Might as well play a silly game and stream. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're sick. Why are you all also sick with me? You're not supposed to be sick too. What the heck? Oi. You're sick. Livy's got low spoons day. Wood is also recovering from being sick. Everyone's sick. Fran's also got a sore throat going on. Oh, I'm so sorry. And it's your turn to get hit. Ugh. That's the worst. Yeah, there's been a weird, just general viral bug that's been going around. No. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that they got walking pneumonia. That's awful. Are they doing any better? Or are they still in the throes of it? I hope that they got medicine and that it's helping. Because that's not fun. From personal experience, that's not fun. I'll be honest, though, it took me way too long to actually go to the doctor and realize that it was something more than just a cold. I was dumb. I was very dumb. Because I was like, I just have this cough that won't go away. What's happening? I was also only like 19, so, you know. Kids are dumb. Oh, good. I'm glad that she's feeling better. Because I was definitely sick for weeks. I should not have been. But the antibiotics cleared me right up once I got, you know, diagnosed. I hope you have a quick recovery too, Karma. Feeling icky's not fun. Nice! Yeah! And my friend Karma also posted a link to their other. Nice. Here, let me pin. The link that I just pinned is one of their other, accounts. That's the same person. Um, they're a really chill person, and their music's pretty great. He hasn't uploaded anything recently, but I think he said that he was hoping to this year. Yeah, all DMCA free, so stream safe if you yourself ever want to stream, or, you know, do stream. So, I got my DMCA playlist. Most of it is them, is him, I'll be honest. Yeah. Yeah, he has been very busy. So I don't fault him at all for not having uploaded anything. I wonder if he'll end up uploading, game music. When he gets around to that. I wonder if that's what he's planning on potentially uploading this year. That would be really cool. I would love to be able to, if, like, once he does that, I would love to be able to play that music on stream and, like, be able to tell people about it. Yeah! Be able to plug his Patreon. When people say they like his music, that'd be cool. Be like, yeah, it's for this game, go support it. I'll let him know that I'll do that if he does. If he ends up putting the music on Spotify. Yeah, we love Acorns. We love Nutman. Heck yeah. Thank you for the support, dude. His music is very chill. I enjoy having it, playing it on my stream. I can't believe that I was one of his, like, most, like, highest listeners last year. I'm glad. I'm glad. And it was pretty much just from a couple streams. Yeah, synthwave lo-fi. It's a vibe. Vibe. Okay. One sec. I'm not gonna use the BRB screen because it's only gonna take a second to pick up the cat bowls. Hey. Returned. Ooh, a Halloween album? I probably have it in my DMCA playlist, but I'll have to hunt it down if I don't. He has so many Spotify accounts. I don't know where to find everything. I tried to go through, like, because on his Spotify's, there's, like, links to the other ones. I tried to go through all of them. Ooh. But yeah, I look forward to when he finally gets around to, getting to the music component of his game, because that'll be really cool. Most of everything under the Nutboy account? Okay. Yeah, Poke start. Oops. A Squirtle! Nice. And then you start with some Pokeballs and some money. And then every 15 minutes you earn more money for chatting in a chat with the game. It's a fun little passive thing. There's one Pokemon every 15 minutes. Yeah. One of my IRL friends who streams introduced me to it, and I started following like the devs, and now a lot of people that I know use it, and it's just nice and cute and passive and get some chat interaction. But mostly I put it in here because I wanted to play it for myself. I wanted to just have it going when I was streaming with 0 viewers back in the day. You need to finish book club book, but also have so little brain. Oh, I get that. Maybe just set like half an hour for book club book, or like 1 chapter, you know, don't... I know I feel the wanting to read it. I still haven't read the other one, the shorter one. I want to get around to that. I also need to like properly reread the first one because I sped read it. Uses his fits really well. He streams Pokemon. Yeah! The Pokemon community game is really cool. The devs are pretty chill. I follow both of them. I tune into their streams sometimes. But yeah, it's a really nice little passive game. I know some people who almost exclusively stream just Pokemon community game. Like that's their main thing, is like they'll have some other stream games going, like the words on stream, like the word games and stuff like that. But like their main thing that they tend to care about is Pokemon community game. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pokemon. Many of my friends are from a shared bond over Pokemon initially. Actually playing mostly fan games. Pokemon fan games are so good. Ooh, upgrade to drill? That's gonna be fun. I didn't know that it gets upgraded from a shovel. Ooh, I look forward to that. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, especially since you said you're in early retirement, like, you know, gonna assume you're a little bit older than the rest of us in chat. So you were probably not the target demographic. I was quite young. What? You're only 27? You said early retirement! Eh? Huh. I mean, to be fair, they're not in America. Karma. I know many other countries. You can have it good. Ah, the Danish system. I've already picked everyone's food up, babe. Oh, that sounds so nice. Yeah, we over here, the retirement's not a long ways off. That's so cool that you're able to explore blacksmithing and, like, other shit like that and not have to worry so much. Ugh, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, right, Karma? Like, my mom just turned 50, and she's like, I want to retire. She's like, why am I still here? Why am I still working? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, my grandma pretty much, she probably would have been working for a long time if, you know, her circumstances hadn't happened the way they had with her, becoming disabled and my grandpa dying and stuff. She probably would have had to have worked for a long while. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. I am Shovel. Mine is the drill that will pierce the heavens. Oh my god. Okay. 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 Sure. That's a thing. Just waiting for this IV. Yeah, no, Oh, Karma, I feel so much for you. That I hope so much that you are able to just get through this shit and be able to not ever work another day in your life because you deserve to not have to deal with that shit. Yeah. No, it pretty much is just a vacuum. It's not like you're rich but you live comfortably. Yeah, that's the goal. Hmm. Prefer to work if you could. I get that. Yeah, honestly, if my body were up to it, it'd be nice to work. It'd be nice to, be in a space that, whoa, where I, enjoy what I do, being able to make money off of it. Deserves to have not be crushed into the boot of capitalistic greed. Yes, exactly. But to be able to have, like, something that you can do that you like is so important. But also having to make money off of it sucks. Want to work from home job? Yes. Yes, especially, like, because you want to start a family. Like, don't want to have to worry about making money while you have a young one at home. But once you feel comfy enough that maybe need to occupy a little bit more time, they're going off to school, stuff like that, that's a perfect time to get a work from home job. You know, keep yourself occupied, get a little bit extra cash. But to feel like you have to work through the beginning of starting a family is awful. Like, that is immeasurable amounts of stress. Yeah. I'm glad that your husband has a good paying job. Bro, yeah. Yeah. I It's been really rough trying to figure out when I can update my license and then when I can, oops, get my freaking passport updated and everything. Because there's, what? Oh, okay, one sec. I would have gotten it for you when my alarm went off in 1 minute. Probably gonna stop streaming soon too because you have like. Ooh. But yeah, speaking of, I actually need to stop streaming soon because my spouse needs to start work, and uh, in case they have a meeting, I don't want to have them worry about that. Yeah, passports are hell right now. I mean, I wouldn't do the whole entire passport. I would just try to get the card. I don't need a booklet. Just need to be able to have that in the event that I need to get my visa. But yeah, really wanted to be a soldier, but you have schizophrenia, so that's no. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's such a difficult thing to deal with, to, like, have to experience, and then on top of that, not being able to do the things that you would like to do. That really sucks. Um, I don't want to end stream on that note. I feel like a fucking therapist. Why do I feel like a therapist? Like I need to end stream on a good note. Like what the fuck, bruh. Um, Honestly though, I feel like I made pretty good progress. That's pretty good. There was no hole to start. There was a grass lawn here. We are just vibing. But I do need to end stream. I've been streaming for how long has it been? 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. Hella hole. Heck yeah. I'm Once I'm done with this where I do the whole thing, I think I might end up doing a speed run where I just try to dig straight down, see how fast I can go. Yeah, I'm proud of you, Wood. I I know that, like, to get there has not been easy. Like, just I mean, for most people, it's not easy, but you know, to deal with mental health difficulties and stuff, and that's, yeah. I I don't have schizophrenia, but I've got other shit. But yeah, that is a good ending for a good note. Reminder to all of you guys to hydrate, take your meds if you've got them, eat a little bit of something, get some fresh air today if you can. You are loved and you are important, okay? I hope you all have a good day. I gotta stop streaming now. Bye!